Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have something very special for you. This is not another luxury property tour. Today we're going to be showing you the experience center that a developer has made, and it's the best experience center I've seen in Dubai so far, and I'll give you the reasons, of course. But look behind me. We're standing inside that experience center. They built this out of nowhere. They built it in record time, and they have so many amazing features inside that we will get through. And of course, this experience center is to sell their projects in this location. This is downtown Jebel Ali. We are about 10 minutes away from Dubai Marina on Sheikh Zayed Road with the metro station right next to us. And this is actually the site of their project, which was sold out in just 2 days. So we're talking about a 2 billion dirham project sold out in just 2 days, 4 towers, residences and offices, everything sold out in just 2 days. That's crazy. Thousands of units, by the way. And now, second phase of that project, another project basically is coming up with a very similar design ethos and sizes, as well as mix of units, but it's going to be launching in about 10 days time. Today is the 15th of July. 10 days from now, it'll be launching, and we will know what a success it will be on that day. So we will show you the success of that launch as well. For now, let's go through the experience center. Let me show you and give you a tour from the beginning. My name is Chatha. I'm the managing director at Kirpa Properties. We're a real estate advisory firm based out of Dubai, and we sell Dubai-based properties as well as UAE-based properties. So anything in the UAE, we do tackle and help clients secure. So let's go downstairs and show you the entire experience center. We're standing at the entrance of the experience center right now. This is the reception desk, and we're just exiting out. There's valet parking outside, but let's go inside and show you what they've done with the place. So this is basically a temporary build. So they've taken like a warehouse build and they've enhanced it a little bit in terms of the quality, in terms of what you see. The floor to ceiling windows brings a lot of natural light in, and I'm selling this like a villa, but I'm not trying to. But inside you'll see a lot of things that are going on, especially what they're promising this development to have inside the lobby. So this will be one of those cars that will be inside the lobby. This is a 1966 Porsche 911. This is a part of the collection of the CEO of Imtiaz Developments, Mr. Masi, and good friend. And he's really a gem of a person. If you ever meet him, say hi and say, "Hi, Mr. Masi. We love your Porsche 911. There's a few more motorized pieces, like this art piece over here. This is a chopper. You know, the ones you see in movies a lot. And this one is really, really cool because they're all red. And again, from the private collection of the CEO. So let's keep walking. They have a model in the center. They have a stage at the front, basically, with a lot of seating. And what they've tried to do is create an atmosphere, open atmosphere, where people can come in, agents can come, clients can come. They have a few meeting rooms in the back. And that's how they're trying to sell the next phase of their amazing project in downtown Jebel Ali. So this is located in downtown Jebel Ali. Downtown Jebel Ali is basically the downtown strip of land, which is right in the center of Jebel Ali Industrial Zone. And Jebel Ali Industrial Zone spans about 50 square kilometers. It's huge, and it only has logistics-based businesses, warehouses, factories, everything logistics-based or related to logistics will be registered here, will be set up here. And a lot of companies are looking at Jebel Ali right now and closer areas to Jebel Ali. So to cater to those companies, you need residences and you need apartments and you need obviously commercial spaces like what Imtiaz is doing. So Imtiaz is doing mixed-use projects, and then of course they're trying to do a new concept of these mixed-use projects. They're trying to have a more brighter, more energetic vibe in their projects. So this is one of the things that Imtiaz has done. Again, these are all elements of their developments. These will be there in their project. For example, this table over here where a lot of people can sit, this is called the district table. And the district table will also be there in their project. So the type of amenities that you're gonna get are world-class. It's a grade A office building, grade A residential building. And again, these are the meeting rooms. They have a stage right here. We're behind the stage now, a little bit quieter. But the whole fusion of music, of live and work, culture, that's what's happening in the future. So that's what we think is going to sell this project as well. The type of tenants that move in will be younger companies, startup, because the offices are really small. So in terms of viability, there's a lot of viability. In terms of price, let's say what they're selling for, it's not too much above the average. What they're selling for is dependent on the future. So they know, and we know based on the market data, that rents here will, let's say, touch around 200 dirhams per square foot. So if you sell a product for 2,000 per square foot, you're making a gross rental income of about 10%. So that is now. What about the future? The future, we will see more demand in this area because of more factories, offices, everything being set up in downtown Jebel Ali or nearby downtown Jebel Ali. So all these companies need a place to stay. Again, this is another element. This is called the Portrait. It's supposed to be an art zone inside the building. You also have coffee shops, of course. Without coffee, you can't function. And then another car over here. This is a F8 Tributo from Ferrari. Very nice car. Not my taste though. And then you have a gym as well. So of course, this gym is going to be there in the project itself. So anyways, let's go back. Now I want to show you the project itself and show you why it's a sell out. The whole thing about this phase 1 project was they had a lot of units, and people were not that confident in the beginning because of the location. But when people actually started going to the location, they realized, okay, it's 8 to 10 minutes away from Dubai Marina and you have a metro station right in front. Actually, they're going to be connecting this building. This is the commercial building to the metro station. So then the sellability is already there. It's built into the product, right? And any office building which is connected to the metro station, you will see a higher flow of tenants because that's what a lot of tenants in Dubai are looking at. They're looking at buildings closer to the metro station to cater to their workforce. Their workforce are not all people with cars or they're not people with transportation. So that type of workforce needs a metro station nearby. And if it's connected, then all the more merrier because that makes life easier for that person coming into the office. And the metro is not a slow metro. It's a pretty fast metro. From Business Bay to here, it's roughly 25 minutes in the metro. So you're not looking at a long duration when you're coming here in the metro station. Anyways, behind me, you have the model of Raw District Phase 1. It's 4 towers, 3 residential towers, and 1 commercial tower, which I just showed you. Now, there were thousands of units in this development. As you can see, they're all spread out and the design is very modern, aesthetic. You have the contemporary design as well. And they've tried to keep it as green as possible, but they had a mix of units. So they figured out, okay, we need to have a mix of amenities as well. So if you come this way, I'm going to show you from the front first and then take you to the back. So from the front, you have these 2 towers, commercial one on the right and the residential one on the left. They're connected via a podium, and even in the podium you can see there are units. On the ground floor you have shops and retail, and then Tower C, Tower D. So Tower D is the commercial, Tower C is the residential. And look at the amenities on the podium. So you'll have swimming pools, you'll have decks for barbecue, you'll have lawns, and then tables for eating. And then all the amenities that you see right now in this experience center, you'll be able to get either on the ground floor or on different levels of the building. And look, this is connected, so all the office people can use those amenities, all the residential people can use those amenities. So we're going to have a sort of live and work culture. Of course, if you live in that residential building and you work here, it makes life so much easier, doesn't it? Next 2 buildings are behind, and they're also filled with amenities. You have a parking structure over here, the retail on the ground floor, and the design of this is pretty nice. So that's what attracted a lot of people. Again, design is really, really important when it comes to buildings like this. And the way they've kept it, the simplicity of it, that's what matters. The floor-to-ceiling windows, the nice balconies, which are not on top of one another. So you have a lot of more space to work with. And then the amenities on the podium. So here you have a few more residential amenities than the front building. You still have the swimming pool, you have the paddle courts, you have the basketball hoops, and you have these private areas which can be used and booked as well, these cabanas. And yeah, look, at the end of the day, if you're talking about prices, these were not that expensive. If you're talking about studios, for example, they had studios starting from 650,000, then they had 1 bed starting from 900,000 and above, depending on the size, would go up to 1.2 to maybe 1.5, depending on the size again. 2 beds also were there, starting from 1.7, 1.8. And then, of course, you had the offices. Offices started at 700 square feet, and they started around 1.3 million, so less than 2,000 per square foot. But in the new launch, so the new launch is roughly a minute away from this project. And if I go outside the Raw District Experience Center, you'll be able to see it as well. But anyways, that project is also a mixed-use project. There'll be commercial units as well as residential units, same sizes. Prices may be marginally higher because they've seen a lot of success with this one. They sold 2 billion dirhams of inventory in just 48 hours. And because of that demand and that, let's say, rush or hype, they decided to price the next project a little bit tiny marginally higher. So because of that, we're in this spot now. Our entire team is sitting out here for the next 1 week until the launch date because they're hell-bent on crossing 100 units sold in this project. We know they can do it. They have the capability. They have the clients. It's all a matter of conversion now. So if you're interested in this kind of project and you want to see something where your rental returns can hit at least 10%, then do reach out to us. Our email is given below this video. This video is for those people that want to learn about projects in Dubai. Real estate in general is growing in Dubai. Long term, we'll see a lot of demand for commercial because commercial plots are very limited all around Dubai. So now is the time to pick up something, get your allocation done. In the future, you'll start seeing the returns. First, you'll see the rental returns, and if the rental returns are better than what we're expecting, then that's where the money will be made. So 10% is great, but if you can make more, then even better. Now, a lot of people have this, let's say, question about supply. How much supply can come in this area? So most of the plots in this area in downtown Jebel Ali are residential. They're not commercial. In order to convert them from residential to commercial, you have to pay a lot of money to the master developer. The master developer in this case is Nikhil or Dubai Holding. Dubai Holding is part of the government, and the government likes to take a huge chunk of the profits that the developer would get in the beginning if you want to convert. So converting residential to commercial is very expensive. That's why not many people will do it. And that's why this place is still limited unless the government changes their plans and policies around this area. The government owns most of the land in this area, so if they decide tomorrow, oh, we want to change to commercial, then they have to redo the entire master plan, redo all the roads, because commercial takes more flow of traffic than residential. Residential, same amount of people coming in, but commercial is a lot of different types of people coming in, and the density is higher as well. Because of that, now then they have to redo all the roads as well. So for the government, it's a stress, it's headache. They would rather not. So the chances are low for residential plots to convert to commercial. And that's why this is a limited project. Limited supply is already built into the master plan. And that's why Imtiaz themselves, as a developer, chose this location, because they thought they could bring fresh life, breathe fresh life into this area. And they've done that. They've created a district, not just a building, not just a standalone building. This is an entire ecosystem which is built into this project, and that's why it's selling so fast. Of course, the payment plan helps. It's 2 payment plans. You have a 50% during construction, 50% on handover. You also have 60% during construction and 40% after 2 years, or during the 2 years after you get the keys. So you can also avail that payment plan, which makes more sense to me. For example, if you bought a $1 million office, you only pay 600,000 during construction over the next 4 years, which is split into those 4 years. So you have a lot of time to pay them, a lot of flexibility. And the 400,000 you have to pay after handover, that goes for 2 years. So 200,000 and 200,000. So if you get 100,000 dirham rent, which is roughly 10%, then you can avail the 100,000 and only pay 100,000 from your pocket, minus your service charges, of course. 6 service charges are 16 dirhams per square foot. So let's say an office of 700 square feet, you're looking at about 11,000 per year. So 90,000 net in your pocket comes every year. 200,000 you have to pay to the developer. So 110,000 per year is coming out of your pocket. To 220,000 is basically what you're paying out of your pocket, and you've saved 180,000. That 180,000 just goes to your bottom line profit in the third year. Starting third year, your gross yield will be higher than 10%. So that's kind of how we're imagining it for our investors. And we're telling them this is a long-term play. As Al Maktoum Airport opens up, that's when we'll see the demand in this area go up a lot. Because near Al Maktoum, you don't have huge commercial districts. You only have the Expo City, which is a very, very high-end, luxurious sector of the market. And this place is more of the mid-market or lower affordable segment of the market. So that's where we see the demand coming from. The target market here are startups, are people that are starting companies and that are related to logistics or warehouses or places like that are shipping outside to Africa, to Europe. These kind of companies will want to set up an office here because it's nearby their warehouse. That's my point of view on the Raw District project, and any commercial project that comes up in downtown Jebel Ali will have the same case. The only thing I think Imtiaz has a little bit above on in terms of other projects in the area is the co-living experience that they're trying to create with the residential and commercial mix. So that's the only thing I think Imtiaz has over other developers, as well as quality, as well as track record. So those are things that we need to consider when we're making an investment in Dubai. It's not only location. Sometimes the developer makes the location. Before Imtiaz came here, these apartments were probably renting for like 40,000 dirhams for a 1 bedroom. Once this is finished, I'm sure that will shoot up to 60,000 for Imtiaz units, just because of the quality and the fact that they're right next to the metro station. So again, guys, that's what it is. I'm going to show you this as well. Above this model, you have a plane that's hanging from the ceiling. And I'll tell you the story of the plane because I heard it from the owner themselves. They had bought a plane like this from China that weighed 1.3 tons, and they couldn't hold it from the ceiling. It was too heavy. So what they did was they made it from styrofoam. But even the styrofoam, and that's a huge plane, even the styrofoam is weighing 350 kilos. So that was really, really difficult to put up there, but they managed to do it. So if we can do something like this in a very short period of time, I'm sure they can deliver this kind of project in a short period of time as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're all done with our presentation of the Raw District Experience Center. I'm going to leave you with some guidance. If you're looking at property in Dubai, you have to be very careful on where you choose your locations and very careful with who you're buying from. So that's all I'll say to you. Whether you buy from us or not, all the best to you, and wish you all the best for your Dubai property buying experience.